Obviously, another really frustrating loss, Sid. But just with that said, what could you guys have done differently in that final 20 minutes?
I mean, a couple of bounces. I mean, you still, you still got to find a way to earn your bounces. I don't think overall, we had our best today, but we still had enough to, to get a win. And unfortunately, we didn't do that.
What's the message in the room right now, just with how these losses are piling up right now?
I mean, we just got to find a way to get over the hump. We've done enough to win games, and just haven't closed it out. So I think we just need some plays that are going to do that. So those can be a lot of different things, but we just got to get through a game here. We have a lead and close it out.
What was you able to do to limit shot opportunities today?
I think they were doing a good job through the neutral zone, just slowing us down, not letting us get to a forecheck. But I mean, I don't know how many power plays they had. That always helps too. I thought, we had to kill a lot. Our kill did a pretty good job, but I think just combination of the neutral zone and then probably special teams probably had something to do with that.
Sid, you mentioned physically with a couple of things. Mentally, what do you guys need to do to kind of get over that hump? And do you feel like it's in your guys' heads?
I think with it happening a couple times right this week, I think that definitely today it was something that, just the same thing pretty much happened yesterday. So I think it was in the back of our mind for sure, but I don't think that affected how we approached it. I thought that we approached it okay. I thought, like I said, a couple of those pucks end up bouncing right on their tape, and one hits Sergei's the shaft of his stick. I mean, sometimes that's how it goes, and like I said, we need some plays that are gonna, not allow those bounces to be the difference. So those can come in a lot of different forms. So I think we just got to stick together and find a way to get over it.
So as you move past these, 2 games, Sid, just what does the mindset need to be moving forward as you get ready for the Oilers?
I think just recognizing, all these games we're talking about, we're in a great situation to win it. So we're obviously doing something right there to be in these situations, and it's a matter of either staying with that or having to elevate a little bit more when teams start to push. Just making sure that we're ready to push ourselves and not wait for, a bad bounce or something bad to happen. We've got to go out there and dictate play a little bit better. And I think the games prior to that, we did a pretty good job of, setting ourselves up for the third. Today, we sat back probably a lot of the game, and unfortunately, those bounces end up hurting us later.
Sergei, what can you say about just how difficult that final 20 minutes was for you and the team overall in the third?
I think the main thing is just mental challenge, just stay focused, stay believing that we're doing right things, stay battling, which we showed, I think, in the end, scoring the 4th goal. I'm not going to say what's wrong right now. I'm just can answer for my game, but in general, I would say just our opportunity to get better, and we definitely will be better.
You stopped the first 20 shots, though, in those first couple of periods. How good did you feel coming into this game off your shutout?
I mean, you can stop 100 shots, you can stop one shot, no matter what's behind, it's already passed, you need to stop the next shot. So this game shows perfectly that even if you stop 20 shots, you still need to work for the next and for the win. So, but I would say it's... for me, personally, it's hard to say, but probably just unlucky. Even a couple goals, which is the chances are really low, but it's not an excuse, and it's just, I would say, motivation to get better.
Sergei, for you, what do you want to learn from this one?
I think the main thing is just it's NHL, and even if you're leading 3-0 and you're feeling good, it doesn't mean that you already won the game. You have to play all 60 minutes, and even if luck is not on your side, no matter what's going on, you just keep battling, keep fighting, and accept it that this league gonna be challenge you every minute you play here.
Dan, just how do you fix this in terms of the multi-goal leads surrounding them late in the games?
No, First of all, like not in a million years did I think we'd be back here today, 24 hours later, having the exact same conversation. I'm probably going to sound like a broken record. It has been a little bit different each game, but like it just when we get away from it, we aren't able to get it back nearly as fast, and so the chances that we're giving up, they're big ones, most of them, and so in today's game, I don't think even in the first two periods it wasn't the same as some of these previous games where I feel like we were carrying play, and then suddenly, in the third period, like we don't. Today I think we gave them a lot of chances, from the start of the game. Sergei had to make a lot of saves. Too many chances there in the third where their shooters are just given, way too much time and space. And so we're going to continue to work on those areas. We're going to continue to work on those details. If there's things that, we're implementing that aren't working, then we'll change those. But I've never seen something where it just feels like it's the same thing coming in different ways. It's our closing. We have to learn how to close games. This group has to take that step. Obviously, I said it last night. I say it again. We're sitting right back here. I have to do a better job of fixing that, helping fix that.
Just to kind of piggyback off of that, just from a coaching perspective, what's the challenge in kind of keeping the room cohesive and maintaining confidence in the locker room during a stretch like this? And just what's the message there?
Yeah, I mean, right now it's obviously not feeling too good. There's a day off, we come back. Like, we don't have a choice. That's the thing. Like, we have to stick together. We have to find, because it changes from game to game. Today we're talking about 5-on-6. We're not in a 5-on-6 situation. It's the overtime. Like, we'll continue to work on that. The shootouts. Like, there's areas that continue to come up, but if you forget about the rest of the game and you suddenly just put all the weight on that one area, it might be something new. And so we have to focus in on each day. Like, things come up, we address them. We get them better. And yeah, We'll come back a day from now and we get back to work, and that's all we can do. And the big thing right now is the group's got to stick together. Otherwise, it'll go the other way.
Coach, what's your assessment of the way the defense has been clearing out the front of the net and supporting the goalies?
It's an area that we've talked about as a team, the net fronts at both sides. I think it can become more consistent. I think allowing the second opportunities. It's not always just the defenseman though. Like, when you talk about that, the forwards have a role in that as well. I think it lines up too with just some of the chances that we've been giving up, and it's not just like during this recent stretch. Like, we talked about this over the course of the year. I feel like there's games where, either A, we're controlling the play more and therefore not defending as much, or, we are doing a better job in terms of the way we're playing in those areas.
Dan, just what is the confidence level in the room, and are these leads maybe getting into their head a little bit, becoming a self-fulfilling prophecy?
I don't think that getting the leads are, making us get away from anything. I just think it's, we got to be better when teams push back on us. Whether it's tonight we go in with a 3-goal lead, like, there's going to be a push. Like, there's 20 minutes left to play. Like, of course they're going to keep coming, and they might, over the course of the period, they might get chances. But we can't let one lead to 3.
Dan, earlier this season, in fact, going all the way back to Madison Square Garden, you guys were the ones delivering that push whenever you would have a lead. You were, I'd say, first 10, 12 games really going at teams when you had a lead. Is becoming aggressive something that you need to do? Is it something that you're pushing? or is it more caution? Which is it?
You can't be cautious. No, you can't be. Nothing is. We don't want anything to change. Like, we don't talk about changing. We don't talk about third period. Like, we don't talk about, hey, let's sit back, play it safe. Like, we don't. Like, I don't believe in that. I think you have to play the full game. As soon as you do, like, but there's other areas like that we have to continue to work on. We're not changing anything or approaching it in any different way. We're just not playing as well.
Dan, the coach's challenge. First, what did you see on that sequence that prompted you to make the challenge? And there's obviously a risk management, I guess, in that, in terms of whether it goes against you or not. How much do you put faith into it? How much do you just rely on the video guys to do that? Like, what's the thought or the process there for you issuing challenges, I guess?
I'm going to get an opinion, but at the end of the day, that's my call. Like, I'll get people's insight where they think. With Stenlund, he ends up in the blue paint. We thought he impeded Sergei's ability to get out on that. Graves makes some contact with him initially, but he kind of rolls off, and he could have avoided being where he was in terms of that, and that's Sergei's ice. That's the way. There's some risk. Was it one that we looked at that I thought was going to be 100%? No, but I thought that we had a good enough chance where at that point in the game, with the way it was also the game was going, the feel of the game, their push, you get that called back. Now you feel like you got a little bit of a second life. Our penalty kill's been good this year, and so if it goes the other way, we felt strong enough that we thought that could go our way, that you go through all those different scenarios. That was the decision I made.